Ho ho ho! It didn't take long to find you little shits after all.
I felt a hot shudder run down my spine. The voice from my dreams echoed through the air into my ears. I looked around, panicked, alongside the incubi. James placed a hand on my shoulder, trying to remain calm.
Don't worry. No one will hurt you.
Are you sure? Are you really sure?
All of us shot our heads towards the doors, finally pinning down the direction of the voice. The doors quickly swung open, revealing a sight I would have never expected to see. Skin red as blood, eyes black and gold piercing into mine, roughened up clothes and a pistol in his hand. I saw a monster. I covered my mouth to not scream at the sight. Dried blood covered the bandana around his neck, as he smirked at me and the boys around me. Beside the red-skinned man was a similar-looking woman in matching thug-like clothes.
Aw, what's the matter, boys? You really didn't think I wouldn't find you, did you?
I hoped you would, you piece of...
All of a sudden, the man raised his gun at Sam's face and instantly pulled the trigger. We all gasped in shock, instinctively expecting to see a bullet run through Sam's face, but...
What the fuck?
What?
What should have been a headshot ended with a loud but empty blank shot. The pistol echoed its empty shots as the man grew more and more pissed, pulling the trigger over and over in aggravation. Aggravation! Luckily for my ears, it became quieter after its first shot.
Why the fuck won't you work?
This place is protected.
Look at those shocked faces. Oh my gosh.
What did you say, Shrimp?
This place has a seal, protecting it from hellborn magic.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
What do you fucking think it does? Means your shit don't work, bitch. The man growled and threw his gun at Sam, who was able to dodge it in time. The pistol bounced off the ground a couple times before sliding further away, hitting the wall in a final stop. As it stopped moving, the gun faded into black flame that disappeared into the air.
The previous owner had this place protected by magic, Malix.
Malix, that was his name. His existence resonated in my memory from the dream I had. However, I looked to Matthew in the same confusion as Malix did. This place is protected by magic?
It would seem that your grandfather had some sort of protective barrier around this house. From the looks of it, it only disables hellborn magic.
Malix's face grew to that of extreme anger, his fists tightening as if he was crushing a stress ball.
Then what's stopping me from dragging your asses out and shooting you then?
Out of pure instinct, I stepped forward and placed myself between Malix and the boys. With no power, Malix wasn't going to fight. I took that chance to stand up to him instead of being powerless like I was in the dream. Let's see. I've said all three of them, but fuck off. Fuck off! Malix suddenly laughed wildly, staring at me in disbelief.
Whoa! Who let the bitch out of her cage? What is this? A reverse harem or something?
Malix grinned evilly, walking close to me. I ducked underneath Malix's incoming hand. I stared at his hand and his black flame tattoo in surprise as I took a couple steps back from Malix. Matthew and Damien stepped in front of me, guarding me from Malix with their arms.
A quick one. I'm liking you more and more.
Back off, Malix!
Don't start acting tough, you pathetic excuse of a demon. You need more protection than her.
Shut up!
Oh, did I make the little Matthew cry? Why don't you just grow a pair?
Enough, Malix.
The woman who had been standing in silence the whole time planted a firm hand on Malix's shoulder. Malix looked back at her with a growl and a glare that could only kill.
Since when did you get the guts to speak out of place?
We both know you've never controlled me. I want them dead just like you do. But now's not the time.
Fuck off! I know what I'm doing.
Do you? Even if you did fight them, there's 5 against 2. We never win.
Shut up!
Let's go, Malix! We're wasting our time!
The two growled at each other. If they could have used their magic, I could sense that fire would glow from underneath their feet. Under their teeth. I thought it said feet. That makes less sense. What? Alrighty. Malix grunted and glared at the boys. He pointed at James, wanting so badly to use his fingers like a knife.
Just wait, pretty boys. We'll get you and fuck you up real good.
Then Malix turned to me, moving his fingers to point directly between my eyes.
And don't think you're safe. Step outside. I dare you.
With that, Malix and the woman walked out of the mansion. The doors closed behind them, leaving the boys and I alone once again. I felt my knees give out from under me, forcing the boys to quickly turn to catch me.
Whoa, whoa! Are you alright?
Yay! Concern. Yeah, why was he here?
He's been closely tracking us. Our blood trail from the forest must have led him here.
We should have stopped him and finished it here.
For once, Matthew, I agree with you.
I stood up and rubbed my arms, feeling the goosebumps Malix left on me. I couldn't stop myself from shivering in fear of his words. Malix, was he a demon?
That son of a bitch is not a demon. He's a devil.
Devil? There's a difference?
Yes. Demons come from a different plane of existence called the Abyssal Planes. Devils, however, come from one of the 7 circles of a place humans know as hell. Despite us not being human, we are very different creatures.
We actually have brains, for one. Devils always like to cause trouble and try to kill or torture others for their own enjoyment. Demons, like us, know when to use our powers and when not to. We're not stupid.
Devils follow orders from higher-ups in their order, and their power only comes from their connection to hell. Demons all have free wills and don't rely on where they came from to use their powers.
This was all so confusing. Demons and devils and magic all existed, and I happened to land in the middle of it. What do we do?
You're safe. You've been protected as well.
What?
What Damien's saying is that the magic that protects this place also protects you.
Your grandfather must have cast it when you last saw him or something of that nature. We can sense its aura around your body.
I couldn't believe my ears. It was the 3rd day of surprises, and this one took the cake in being most surprising. I felt my head spin once again. What did I get myself into?
Miss, please don't worry. We'll find a way to train ourselves and become stronger to finally finish this feud.
I'm gonna kick his ass right now!
Until then, we'll protect you as much as we can. If Malix comes back, we'll be here for you.
But what about going outside? Won't he...
Like we said, you have a protection spell on you. Even if Malix attacks you, he won't be able to use his magic on you. He'd be just like any other human you can fight back against.
Didn't you say you knew Taekwondo?
Well, yeah. I felt somewhat relieved that I was mostly safe from Malix. Still, I could not help but feel very nervous and apprehensive about the future. The boys were safe here to train and become stronger, but what if Malix did the same? Even more so, I was lost about how my grandfather knew about magic. I had to find out. At least I had time. I went to bed that night feeling nervous. Despite the words of the incubi, I felt like a target to something I'd never be able to explain or prove. Magic? Devils? Demons? How did this all even happen? Should I really meddle with the situation? They're only staying until after they defeat Malix. That's right. They said they'd only stay until after they defeated Malix. After that, my life could go back to normal. Temporary insanity, as Kay would say. The question was then, would I want them to leave? My life went back to normal. Then I'd have to care for the house all on my own. I'd get to focus on my life instead of being distracted by the boys. I'd have to. My life? Yeah. Where was my life going anyways? I was under pressure from my parents with only my friends and the boys to comfort me. Without the boys, I'd have no way to hide from my responsibilities. Enough. Let's just sleep and deal with it tomorrow when it comes. Defeating my sense of thought, I forced myself to sleep, unsure of what tomorrow had planned for me. Hopefully, whatever the future had for me, I would be ready for it.
I promise to be with you forever. You're so important to me.
I swear I'll give my life to you.
Please, let me love you.
I'll be by your side, always.
I can't imagine living without you.
I want to be with you.
I love you.
I slowly opened my eyes, letting the voices of my dream echo in my head and force me awake. I rubbed my eyes before sitting up and looking at my clock. 7 a.m. Why am I up so early? I fell back onto the bed and closed my eyes, trying to go back to sleep. However, something kept me awake. Why? It's too early to even be alive. I gave up and sat up, staring at the fireplace across from my bed. A sigh escaped from between my lips before I threw my legs over the side of the bed. What to do at 7 a.m. in the morning? Work on homework this time. I've never done this one. I had to work on my homework. I had school tomorrow regardless of what was happening in my life. At that moment, I wished school was over. Well, might as well get it done now. I reluctantly took my books out of my bag and sat on the floor. I made my bed into a study picnic area as I began to work through my homework. The benefit of doing your homework in the morning, not having to do it later. The downside, morning sucks for trying to use your brain for anything educational. The formula for the fixed cost is FC plus VC times Q equals TC. Marginal cost is total cost minus fixed costs. I felt my brain slowly start to ramp up the flow of logical thought, speeding up the time I was working on each economic equation I had. It wasn't a matter of me being smart about anything when it came to doing homework or doing well in class, but I was quick to learn and easily retained information. If only I could learn about the boys as fast. I stopped. Did I really just compare learning about demons to learning about economics? It's 7 a.m. It's too early to be alive, let alone make sense. I shook my head and continued to work. I returned to bed, feeling the weight of the morning drag me under the covers to try sleeping again. I had energy, but I wanted more sleep. It was Sunday, and nothing was happening today. Come on, eyes. Back to sleep. I shut my eyes and tried to slow my breathing. I looked at my phone and checked the time once again. It was noon, yet it felt like I had slept for much longer. Why is time going so slowly? I sighed, got changed into normal clothes, and went out into the main hall and sat on the stairs. Sundays were very boring. However, the muffled sounds of battle caught my attention. Huh? I quickly went to the backyard in response to the noise I had heard. In the yard were all 5 boys, practicing fighting. Sam was in the middle, with the other 4 surrounding him, throwing punches and kicks at him. Sam, being the strongest of the bunch, blocked and dodged each almost masterfully. Hey! All at once the boys looked at me, frozen in their movements. I just stood at the doorway, staring at them after my outburst. James was the first to break away from the group, stepping towards me.
Good morning. We apologize if we woke you up.
No, it's fine. I've been awake for a while now. I'm sorry I interrupted.
It's quite all right. We needed to stop anyway. We don't want to overwork Sam.
Oh, come on. I can handle more than those pity punches.
Your mind seems grateful that we've stopped.
Can't hide from Damien.
Shut up, Damien.
Oh crap, we should probably make some lunch. I'm sure you're starving.
I can handle lunch if you like. You all seem very busy training to beat Malix. I'll take care of it today.
Whoa, seriously?
Yeah, why not? I'm not useless. I know how to cook and do other stuff too.
Well, no, I wasn't insinuating.
What he means to say is that we'd be really grateful if you could make lunch too.
Ah, Sam, you stumble over your own tongue more than anything else. No problem. As I turned to the kitchen, the boys went back to training. They seemed very determined to get better and become stronger. Might as well make lunch today. It's been a while since I cooked. Lunch wasn't particularly hard. I decided to make simple chicken and rice. Gotta keep their energy and strength up with protein. I took my time to make almost perfect chicken breasts alongside some rice. Cooking wasn't hard unless you didn't know what you were doing in the first place. I placed the food in the dining room, however none of the boys were there by the time I brought the final dish out. I carried that dish to the main lobby, catching the boys separating into different rooms of the house. Part of me wanted to go into one in particular. The other part of me wanted to just leave them be and take the food in my hand to my room and eat. Maybe I could go out today while the boys were focused on training. No, you find one of the incubi. I quickly rushed back and grabbed a second food dish before hunting down one of the boys. I looked down each hall, trying to find one of the incubi wandering so that I wouldn't have to go through each individual room finding them. I pursed my lips in irritation. Where the heck are they? I sighed, knowing that I would have to search for them in each room. I turned to head down the west hall before I suddenly bumped into an opening door face first. Oof!
Whoa! What the?
I quickly stepped back, regaining my balance on my feet and with the food in my hands. The last thing I wanted was food on the floor. I shook my head and looked up to see Sam looking at me from behind the door in surprise. Being that I only saw his face, he was wet, so I assumed the door led to the bathroom he was exiting from.
Oh, crap. Are you alright?
Yeah, I brought food. What the hell? Why did I say that? I shook my head and acted like I knew what I said. Sam raised an eyebrow before looking to the food I brought.
Oh, hey. Thanks.
As Sam stepped out from behind the bathroom door and closed it, I was suddenly face to face with a shirtless and freshly cleaned Sam. A simple towel was hanging over his shoulders as he looked to me. I remained frozen, unable to tear my eyes away from the sight. Damn, he was ripped.
Hey, you alright? Hello?
What? Sam let a sly smirk appear on his lips before tapping my forehead with his finger. It was light, but I still felt pressure from it, pushed me back a bit on my feet.
You gonna give me my food, or do you plan to keep staring into space like a nut job?
Little of both? Huh? Oh, right, here. I quickly gave Sam his food, glaring at him. He chuckled before quickly dropping to the floor and crossing his legs to sit. I did a double take down at him before joining him to eat. I was hungry, so might as well. Sam must have been hungry, because he practically scarfed all his food down before I could get 2 bites out of mine. Jeez, you eat fast.
Sorry. It was good, yeah.
Thanks. Sam sat in silence, waiting for me to finish. It was odd. It was not far from having a dog watch you while you ate. Well, that's rude. Nevertheless, I finished my food quicker than I normally did, and looked to Sam, who somehow got his shirt and vest on while I wasn't looking. Damn, he was fast! Yeah, he is very fast. You should know this from when you fucking were cleaning with the guy. Holy crap.
Alright then, I'm heading up to the roof.
Roof? Roof? He was heading to the roof? Why? What, the roof?
Yeah.
Roof?
Wanna come with?
With the roof? Hold on, he wanted me to join him? On the roof? The roof of a huge mansion? How? Why?
I promise you won't fall, or whatever. Okay?
Very convincing, Sam. Okay. I didn't know why I was up for this, but I said okay. The small adventurous side of me was very happy with my decision, but another side of me was screaming at me, asking me why I did that. Because he's out and he invited you, so fucking shut up and go. Sam took the empty dishes and placed them on a nearby stand before walking to a nearby window and looking to me. Wait, a window?
Come on.
I walked towards Sam, unsure of what he wanted to do. As I stepped to his side, he wrapped a tight arm around my waist and hugged me against his side. Whoa!
Better hold on tight.
I instantly wrapped my arms around Sam as he opened the window and stepped up on the ledge. I could feel him tighten his grip on me as he looked up and grabbed the end of the roof with his free hand. I gripped tightly to him as he somehow was able to pull both of us up to the roof with one hand. He lifted me to the roof first before pulling himself up and sitting with a content sigh.
See? I told you I wouldn't let you fall.
Yeah. I sat up beside Sam, trying to shake off what had happened. He was a demon. I had to remember that, no matter how human he looked.
Pretty sight, huh?
I raised my eyebrow before looking ahead of us. I gasped. The sight was truly beautiful. The estate was settled on a high hill, so the view I saw made me feel like I was flying. I could see Chicago in the distance, surrounded by forests and shrubs. I could see Chicago in the distance, surrounded by forests and suburbs, like the one I resided in. Something about the sight took my breath away. I silently thanked my adventurous side for taking the risk to come up here.
You know, it's things like this that make the human world worth coming to.
I turned to Sam at his statement, unsure of what he meant. He kept his eyes to the view, but I could see the very soft amazement in his eyes. What do you mean?
I'm not like my brothers. I didn't come to get away from anything or to fulfill something. Whatever they may tell you their reasons were, I came because, well, they're my brothers. And that's that. However, I didn't expect the human world to be so pretty.
Pretty! I didn't understand. The brothers were running from more than just Malix? What could have possibly driven them from where they were? You all ran from something?
We all had our reasons for leaving the Abyssal Plains. James didn't want to deal with his problems. Matthew wanted to live with humans more than demons. I came because I didn't want to be without my brothers. So I left with them.
Aww. That's rather sweet, if you think about it.
It doesn't matter. I came, so here I am.
Yeesh. I frowned and bit my lip slightly. I wasn't sure if he even wanted to be here, with how he was answering. Still, I felt a small wave of confidence drive me to scoot closer to Sam. I wanted to try to be friends. Fate didn't like that, apparently. I found myself losing my balance and wound up starting to fall off the roof. Whoop. Wrong button. Ah!
Whoa!
Instantly, Sam grabbed me and pulled me to him. He wrapped his arms around me, making sure I wasn't able to fall back down the roof. But that wasn't what made me blush wildly from ear to ear. I had somehow landed and straddled over his lap. He was hugging me close to his chest. It was almost like a romance scene in a love story. I couldn't tear my eyes away from Sam as he stared up at me in concern.
I gotcha. You okay?
Yes, I am. However, I continued to look down at him as he stared up at me. Neither of us knew what to do, and I could feel that we were both lost in that fact. As we looked at each other, Sam's face grew slightly red.
Hey, I might as well say it now, but sorry for being a dick when we met.
I must have been dreaming. Sam was being sincere? Why? However, as I stared, I could feel his strength weaken. He was shaking, but continued to hold me to keep me safe from falling. Sam, do you need energy? Sam's eyes widened before he looked away, refusing to answer, but refusing to let me go. I didn't feel any energy drain, so he wasn't trying to take advantage of the situation. That was it. He needed energy, but should I give it? Fuck yes. I gently grabbed Sam's face and tilted his head to angle with mine. Leaning in closer to him, I brought my lips to his and kissed him deeply. I didn't know if this would help, but it was how he got energy before. I shut my eyes, waiting for the draining feeling to reappear in my body. Sam didn't move, nor did I feel energy drain from me. I opened my eyes and saw Sam staring wide-eyed at me, but unmoving. He was unsure what to do, and I had silenced him with confusion. I don't know why, but I felt both irritated and accomplished at the question and the look he was giving me. Where was his flirting? Where was his cocky smirk? From what I remembered, he took advantage of me when we met, yet now he was somehow intimidated by me. I pulled away and spoke. I want to give you some of my energy. You've used a lot of it, and I'm sure that the energy you took from me was only used for healing. Let me help you.
I don't...
Sam, if you don't want my energy, just tell me, but I'm offering it to you if you do. All of a sudden, I felt the familiar feeling of warmth run through my body once again. I felt my body slightly heat up as Sam pulled my body tighter to his. He regained his stoic gaze before speaking.
Just remember, you offered it.
Yes, I did. Before I knew it, Sam pulled me into a gentle but passionate kiss. Heat erupted through my body as his kiss slowly and almost timidly got deeper. Sam kept an arm around my waist while I rested my hands on his chest. The energy from my body was slowly draining from the kiss, making me feel light and warm. It was almost pitiful how comfortable and how willing I was in the situation. Still, I held no regrets. I was enjoying every bit of this kiss. Sam gently leaned back, pulling me along with him so that I was laying on top of him. I felt odd, yet comfortable to be the one in control. Sam wasn't as forceful as he was when we first met. It felt almost magical. It was how I imagined the first kiss to be like, except with energy drain. Soon, though, the energy drain stopped and Sam gently pushed my face away to end the kiss. I stared down at him as we both panted for air. We had never kissed like that before, and I was so lost in the moment that I'd forgotten how to breathe. Sam moved a strand of my hair away from my face to behind my ear, eyes still full of desire. The look in Sam's eyes, though, I couldn't find the strength to pull away. I could feel the hold of his mind-altering spell fade away. I still felt hot. Something told me that I wanted more, but at the same time, I wasn't sure if I truly did want to give any more. Keep going. I opened the opportunity, and I was enjoying it as much as he was. I wanted more and was going to keep going. I wanted to keep going. I leaned down and kissed him again. Sam gasped against my lips, but continued to kiss back. I could feel him pull on the tail of my bow, releasing it and following his hands off around my neck. He moved the ribbon to his pocket before gently unbuttoning the top 2 buttons of my blouse. The desire in my body drove me insane, forcing a moan to escape my lips as he ran kisses from my lips down to my exposed neck. As he began to ravish my neck and shoulder in hot kisses, I leaned my head back and let a pleasurable sigh escape my lips. Sam was ruthless in his passionate kisses on my skin. Sam didn't stop touching and kissing me, making more moans and gasps rush out of my mouth into the open air. He may have been full, but he was as hot as I was. I couldn't even comprehend how much time we spent making out. I was so lost in the pleasure that I didn't care. Call it sinful, but I didn't care. I loved it. His touch, his kiss, his heat. I desired it beyond anything at that moment. Even as he lowered his kisses down my chest to just above my bra. My heart was beating wildly in my chest. Something about Sam intrigued me immensely, but something made my heart quicken for him. It couldn't have been love, but it was too passionate to be lust. What was it? However, I began to feel dizzy, seeing the sky start to spin almost wildly. I gripped Sam's shoulders, trying to signal him to stop, but my mind faded to black before I could let out another sound. It felt good. I didn't care that I was blacked out. I felt warm and fuzzy in the darkness. I never knew indulging in that kind of passion would be that good. Now I just waited to awaken, hopefully in a good way.